Me. Can't focus on me. Baby, can you focus?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl JJ and I'm back with another video. So y'all, I'm coming at y'all with another story time, but before we get into this story time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all, so we're gonna jump right into this video, and this is gonna be a on the run part 4. Finally, I'm about to give it to y'all. So y'all already pretty much know what happened in 1, 2, and 3. So in 3, I pretty much told y'all how, you know, the baby, all that, we ended up moving, right? So we moved into this house. I'm thinking new beginnings, new everything. Even though this is literally, y'all, we just kept moving. But I'm just thinking like, okay, at this time, so much has happened. Like maybe he's going to treat me right and we're going to just get it together, because at the end of the day, we were young. I will say that, but that's still not an excuse for you to treat somebody any type of way. So I go back to my old job. I'm back working at Google. So cash is taking me. Y'all know I didn't learn how to drive to a very long time. So, you know, cash is taking me back to work. All that. Things is going good. We're happy. I'm making money. He a street pharmacist. We doing our thing, right? So what's so crazy is I didn't have direct deposit. For some reason, I don't know why I didn't, because they normally would give you like little cards, but for some reason I didn't have one. I was getting my checks sent to his auntie house. So I don't know what it was with his auntie, but she's just like had beef with me for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what I did to this woman. I never did nothing to her. Like, she just had beef with me, like some type of weird beef, right? I really think it's because his mama probably was talking mess about me. So, but that's the only thing I could think of, because she really didn't have no reason to have no beef with me, but she did. So my check I got sent to her house, and I'm like, okay, we got to go get my check because it's up over there. So he called his auntie. He like, hey, are you home? I need to come get my girl check. So she's like, okay, well, make sure I got my money. So every week she wanted us to pay her $25 for my check, my one check, to come to her house. So we like, okay, whatever, we'll give you the 20. She was so money hungry, but we like, okay, whatever, we'll give you the $25, no problem. My checks was good. Like, I had some really cool checks, but we like, okay, whatever. So he's like, well, we got to go to get the check. We got to get the check, go cash it, then we'll bring you the money back. We didn't have the $25 at that moment. Like, we paycheck to paycheck sometimes. Sometimes when we done paid up everything, we ain't got no money. So I don't know what was up with his auntie this day, but she was like, yeah, no, she ain't getting that check, and woo, woo. Y'all, I'm always respectful when it comes to people, family members, but please believe, like, I don't know if people think like, oh, she looks like she's sweet, she's nice, I'm psychotic, I'm crazy, I will spaz out on you. I would literally, what's so crazy is I feel like his auntie probably just, that's what she thought about me. So she probably didn't think like, oh, she's not going to say nothing to me. Girl, I'm crazy as hell. I would take off on you, okay? I would literally just start swinging hands and feet. Like, do not, please don't let nothing about me fool you, like, at all, please. So he's going crazy. Like, first of all, Cash was a nutcase. He was already crazy. I told y'all he was nuts. So he's cussing around like, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to come up over there right now. Like, you going to give me that check, or I'm going to beat your I'm gonna beat your husband's ass, right, y'all? Because he would, every time he got into it with his auntie, he would always talk about beating her husband's ass, right? And that shit used to be so funny, y'all. It used to be so damn funny. So she like, no, you're not coming up over here with all this and all that. He like, I don't give, you gonna give me that check. Like, you're gonna give me that check, or I'm coming up over there and I'm tripping, right? So we pull up over there and I'm like, I already know what's gonna happen. Like, I already know. Like, girl, you do all this for what? To get him riled up for what? So he get up over there, he cussing around, he yelling, he screaming, he like, give me that check and da 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 da. And she's like, why are you coming over here with that? Like, y'all, it's so crazy, because she would act so hard over that phone, but once Cash got in her face and said something to her, like, she would just fold. And I just would be like, what was the reason? Like, it's not like we was gonna take the check and just run off. Like, we have to pay you the money because every week you want this $25, which was weird as $25. $25. You was that hard up on some money that you wanted $25 for a piece of mail to come to somebody's house. Like, I just found that so weird, because me personally, I would never. One piece of mail? Like, are you serious? It's not that deep. Anyways, so yeah, they get into it. She finally get over that check. She finally hand him over that check because she already knew that he was going to trip, right? And everybody was scared of him. Like, y'all, everybody in his family was scared of him, but I totally get why, because he would do this shit with his face and his eyes. And I don't want to do it on camera because y'all gonna think I look crazy, but he would do, like, he'll make his eyes like go crossed a little bit, and he'll stare into space, and like he'll do this crazy shit to where it'd be like, oh yeah, you need a check. Like, you need a check and you need one ASAP, okay? So yeah, she ended up giving him a check. We go cash the check. I'm like, okay, you want to give her the money? He like, hell no, I'm not giving her I'm not giving her shit. Like, she got me messed up. So we ended up not giving her the money. Like, he was mad. So yeah, we get the check, go cash it, we get home. So we get home, I'm happy. I would make like probably $400 or $500 a week at Google, and I was very young. So to me, that was a lot of money weekly to be making. So I got my money in my pocket. So Cash was like, oh, like I need some money to go buy some trees. So I'm like, okay, here. I gave him a little bit of money to go buy some trees. He like, no, I need woo woo. Like, y'all, he basically wanted my whole check. Like, Cash was trying to literally leave me with like $50. And I'm like, nigga, I'm not going for none of that. Like, no, I'm not about to give you my whole check. Like, that's out. Are you crazy? So we're getting into it. We're like getting louder and louder. Y'all, why did Cash reach over and just take off on me? And I feel like I was so shocked. Like, I'm looking at him like, no, this didn't. No, he did not just put his hands on me. Even though that was normal, like, we would get down, y'all, I went nuts. I just wop, 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 wop. So we're just locking. Like, we used to get down. Like, that's one. And that nigga was big, too. His brother ended up coming in there, breaking it up. Like, what the hell's going on? Da, da, da. He ended up getting his brother up off me. And I'm like, that nigga trying to take my whole check. Like, he got me flipped up. Like, nigga, you're not at the job putting in these hours, okay? You're not sitting at that machine, turning them damn pages and clicking the damn pictures all goddamn day for hours. Like, you got me the whole check. My nigga, like, I swear I would have gave up $100 easy, no problem. There you go. I probably would have even gave him like 150, but my whole check, no, that's out. That's all the way out. I'm mad as hell. Like, I'm so mad, and I'm already thinking like, okay, now I'm about to trip, because it would literally be a pattern. We would fight. After somebody break us up from fighting, then I'm trying to go look for, because I'm about to air some out. Because, nigga, you got me up. Like, y'all, when I say Cash used to have me, I'm surprised that I'm still here and not in prison, because Cash would have me on another level to where I would be like, you know what? I don't care about nothing. Like, I don't care about going to jail. I don't care about whatever the hell I do. Like, I don't care. Like, that's how mad and out of character he would get me. Then when when his brother did get him up off me, when he pulled like my sweatpants, and when he pulled it, like, all my money flew everywhere. And he tried to pick up some of it, but I was like getting it. And his brother was like, no, don't do that. Like, do not do that to her. Like, that's messed up. Don't take her money. So they end up leaving out, and I'm picking up my money, right? So I'm just picking up my money, and I'm mad as hell. And I'm like, this nigga got me up. Like, I got to get away from him, because it's just going to get worse. Like, you know how you could just vision yourself doing some crazy shit, and then you just keep seeing, like, the crazy stuff? I don't know if y'all like me, but I be envisioning myself doing some crazy stuff, and I just be like, ew. Yeah, let's start thinking about little baby garden snakes and look like that, and rainbows and unicorns, because I really be thinking about some crazy stuff. So y'all, Cash used to have me on that level, like really thinking I was nuts, I was crazy, I was all that. So he ended up coming back in the room. Came back in the room, I want to say about like 30 minutes later, he's like, let's smoke. Nigga, what? That's not the purple, the purple, that's not the proper terminology you use after you didn't attack somebody. Like, no, like, there's no sorry, no nothing. I'm like, no, nigga, I don't want to smoke. I'm like, I'm good, I don't want to smoke. So he was like, oh, so you still mad about what happened earlier? Yeah, nigga, I'm still mad about what happened earlier. Like, you literally just boop-bopped me upside my head. Like, I'm still serious. It's not even funny at all. But it's the way, like, we sitting there having an argument. Like, imagine you just, like, having an argument with your man, and he just bop upside your head. Like, it wasn't really like a hard sock, but it was a closed fist little doop upside my head. I don't think he was trying to knock me out, but it's just a simple fact. Like, why are you putting your hands on me? Because we having a heated argument about you trying to take half my check. So I'm just like, yeah, you got me messed up. Like, you put your hands on me. Like, that wasn't cool. Like, you trying to take my whole check. Like, that's so messed up. Like, I would never do you the way you do me. And he was just like, I'm just trying to flip it. Like, y'all, one thing about Cash, he would always try to flip some money. Like, oh, I'm just trying to flip it so we can have more. Like, he really one of those niggas that you give your taxes to, and he try to flip them. Don't know if he probably would have really flipped that money. Don't know. I mean, he could have, but then you just don't want to play when it comes down to this being your last little $400-500. So I'm just like, I don't care about none of that. Like, that's not the way you talk to somebody, or that's not the way you feel like you gonna get at me. Like, I'm just like, this is some pimping and hoeing. Like, no, like, you got me messed up. At least tell me, hey, I'm trying to flip this so we can have this and we can do that. So at least explain it to me so I could be on board, or I could say yes or no. But don't get mad at me because I say no and you take off on me. Like, what kind of shit is that? So we sat down and we actually talked about it. talked about the whole little situation. He apologized, and I was just like, okay, whatever. At first, I wasn't gonna apologize, but I'm like, you know what, whatever. I apologize too, cause y'all, I was getting him. At this time, he had long hair, so y'all, I would get his hair, wrap it around my hand, just try to just not his. I used to be trying to, man. I used to be trying to hurt that man. So we end up going into the garage, and we just having like this little big old smoke session. So it's me, him, his brother, and they friends that they would have over. And we all just in the garage, and we just blowing it down. Everybody just in there talking, whatever. They would talk. I would just be in there to smoke, because I'm not even really a part of y'all conversation with for real, because I don't really like none of y'all for real. After that, we ended up going to go get us some food, chilled in the house, and I'm just like scrolling. Y'all, at this time, it used to be this weird ass. Look, when I tell you I couldn't stand this bitch, I absolutely hated this girl. And I remember when she first came into the picture, and I remember he had her in his top 8. And I'm like, hold on, who is this? I ain't never seen this girl a day in my life. Like, you don't know her. Like, why is she in your top 8? You know? So I'm asking, I'm like, who is this? And he's like, oh, that's my friend. So I didn't really question it too much, because I needed to go do my investigation, because it's like, no, this ain't your motherfucking friend. You got me fucked up. Mind you, the girl wasn't ugly. Like, she was cute. Like, she would do like her makeup and stuff, and she had her little tattoo. She was light skinned. Like, she was actually cute. Like, wasn't nothing wrong with her. So I'm like, where did this come from? So I'm all up on her page, and I'm just like lurking, looking at her pictures and stuff. Y'all, she would edit her pictures. Y'all remember how people used to edit the hell out of their pictures on MySpace? I mean, they used to do the most on them pictures. Like, she would stretch her pictures out, edit them, put the little star. Like, she did so much to her pictures, and they was cute. You know, they was cute. She knew how to take them pictures, though, y'all. Like, she would take them with the cameras, and I just feel like you was a different type of girl on MySpace if you were taking pictures with like fancy cameras and stuff. So I'm like, okay, like, she cool, whatever. And I saw that she wrote some on his wall. So I'm like, okay, what she said, I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was just like a custom little messages that she writing on his wall. Like, she would do like the different little fonts and stuff, and leave like a little collage of pictures. And it's like, okay, girl, you're doing too much. Like, you're doing way too much. Like, you see that that's my man. Like, what's up with you? Like, you hoes, you cool? Like, y'all, she really would do too much. And it's like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know he got a girlfriend. Like, he may be acting single, but girl, the proof is in the pudding. You see that he has a woman. Like, you see me. And I don't need that, y'all. Cash did have a picture of me on his page. Like, but I mean, it ain't totally all her fault. I'm not saying it's her fault. It's not always the girl's fault. It's the nigga's fault too. But it's just a simple fact of getting yourself into something that you clearly see what it is. It just be like, you kind of like asking for it at this point. Like, I could see if you come into something blind and you really don't know what's going on. But I feel like when you go into something and you see it clear, like you see, and you decided to say, get up out the way. I'm still going to pursue this. It's like, okay, yeah, you want all the smoke. Like, you want problems. So I saw that and I'm like, this is trying to take my nigga. Like, I just knew, y'all. I just knew. I'm like, hell no. So I'm just looking at her stuff. Low-key, like, just trying to get a more feel of who the fuck this bitch is. I'm like, okay, where she lived at, she lived like probably like an hour or two away from where we live. So I'm like, okay, you live out there. Bet. Okay, you this age. Okay, bet. All this. In this story time, we're going to call her Legs, because the bitch was tall as hell. She was taller than him. So yeah, we're going to call her Legs, right? So, yeah, I'm looking like, okay, yeah, Lex is cool, whatever. Like, she cute. Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. At this time, I didn't wear makeup, y'all. I only wear lashes. So, I only wear lashes. I used to pluck my own eyebrows. So, I really didn't do too much, like, makeup or anything like that. So, I was pretty plain back then. But my hair stayed done. My hair stayed done. So, yeah, I'm just like, okay. I don't want to say I was feeling insecure about her, but I was just feeling like, okay, she do makeup and stuff. And I always wanted to learn how to do makeup. So I was just like, she do a good job or whatever. But I'm still just like, I got to pay attention to this. Like, I really got to watch her. So I didn't question him, nothing else about the girl. Like, that was it. Pretty much just kept it to myself, whatever. So as the weeks went on, I started seeing more shit that she would be putting on his wall. So I'm like, oh. And it's not like she didn't know he had a girlfriend. First of all, I was the first one in his top. I was right there. So of course she seen my page, because once you know, when you go to somebody's MySpace, you see their little top 8, they top 12, or they top whatever they had. You're going to click on the first few people, because those are clearly the first people. Those are the people that's important to this person. And you're going to go to their page. As soon as you came to mind, was me and Cash all over that thing, okay? You seen me and Cash everywhere. So for sure, she knew that was my man. She knew that was my man. I'm just like, okay, this bitch is being funny. Like, I just started to see her do like too much, like try to leave like little comments. So I'm like, okay, well, let me get my little Miss Twitter fingers and get up on here and start typing stuff up on his wall too. Cause I would leave stuff, but not regularly. So I'm just like, hey, baby, I love you. Da 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 da. You're a girl. You're a wife. Like, y'all, I'm leaving like, I'm saying so much stuff up on there because I'm like, okay, clearly you acting like you don't see it. So I'm gonna let it be known. Like, I'm gonna make it real clear so you can see it. So I leave that up on there. I'm like, okay, yeah, she gonna see that. So, cause girl, you're doing too much. Like, you know, this my man and you're doing too much. So I want to say one day, I'm just like looking at his phone. And it was like probably like a couple days after that. I'm like looking at his phone. I see the girl name. I see legs in his phone. Cause y'all, I had a problem so bad. Like, my next relationship, I don't even want to have the urge of going through a nigga phone. Like, I don't even want to have the battle between the good and the bad little devil and angel trying to tell me to go through his phone and telling me not to go through his phone. Because I don't want to deal with that. Because once I get addicted to going through a nigga phone, oh, every night I'm running through that motherfucker. Like, I'm running through it, okay? So at this time, y'all, I would go through Cash phone all the time because, of course, he made me, it was no reassurance in this relationship at all. Like, at all. It just either felt good or felt bad. So I go through his phone, I see the text messages from legs. So I'm like, oh, this nigga, okay, so y'all talking, like, this is real. I go to his AIM, I see they friends on AIM, so I'm like, bad. So I'm just like, no, this nigga didn't, like, he really talking to her. So it was just like, oh, like, hey, what's up, legs? And she just like, oh, what's up, Cash? And they just like talking and stuff, and she just like, oh, you're cute. And he like, yeah, you look good too, like, you fine, woo woo woo, da 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 da. And they just sitting there having a whole little conversation. So she was basically asking him like, oh, do you ever come to the city that she stayed in? And he was like, nah, not like that. I don't really be out there like that. But when do you be coming over here, like, to the Bay? So she like, yeah, I be out there getting money and woo woo woo. And that's what I saw from her page too. This bitch was a hoe. Like, she was a real stump down, like, selling kitty cats type of hoe. So I'm really feeling some type of way because I'm like, come on now, Cash. Like, we better than this, bro. Like, there's no way. There's no way that you really about to sit here and try to mess with this this kitty seller. So I'm just like, y'all, once I get in this mode, like, and I put my thinking cap on, it's like, oh, okay, you want to play. You want to play games with me. So I see the messages. I'm letting it brew on me because, y'all, when I first see stuff, I can't spaz out because if I do, I'm not going to talk with my mouth. I'm going to talk with my hands. So I'm like, all right, babe, what am I going to do? So now I got my thinking cap on. I'm like, okay, so what's your next move? What you going to do? You going to confront him and y'all going to fight? Or you going to hold this in and then explode? Like, what you going to do? So I'm sitting there pacing, y'all. I'm just like, all right. Okay, so you doing weird shit. Like, now you playing in my face. Like, now you're sitting here meeting bitches off motherfucking MySpace and you're having whole conversations with them on text messages and you ain't even deleting it. That's the thing about Cash, y'all. The nigga wouldn't delete nothing. Like, I don't know when he started to try to delete, but y'all, Cash wouldn't delete anything. Like, he just keep it in his phone. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I'm just like, I'm feeling some type of way. And I'm like, bruh, this nigga about to have me trip out on him so bad. So I'm like, okay, normally, y'all, when I saw him talking to another girl, I would hit the girl up. I would call them. I didn't give a damn about nothing, okay? I always wanted smoke with a behind Cash. Like, I didn't care who it was. Like, I always wanted smoke behind him. I'm sitting there and I'm mad, right? So I get the phone again because I got so mad that I took the phone back apart because, y'all, Cash really would be on some weird shit. Like, he would really take the battery out of his Android and hide the battery. But the nigga wouldn't hide the battery anywhere special. Like, he would hide it under his pillow or under the mattress or, like, somewhere hella close where it was just like, are you serious? And then in the morning, I would watch him put the battery back in his Android. So I didn't understand that. I used to be like, this is dumb. Like, he's so dumb. So, yeah, I get the battery back, put it back in the phone, and I'm just like, I'm about to call it because it's just on my heart and weighing heavy, and I can't sleep. So I call. She don't pick up. I'm like, fuck. Delete the call out his phone. I'm like, okay, cool. Put her number in my phone because I'm like, I'm gonna call again. I'm not even tripping. I'm gonna call again. So I put her number in my phone. And of course I got her aunt. I ended up putting his phone back, and I'm just like, I'm mad, y'all. And I would take pictures of everything. Like, we didn't have no screenshots back then. I took pictures off my phone of his phone. So I'm just sitting there looking at the messages, like reading them over and over and over. And I feel like that's what was making me crazy, because I'm just reading them like, okay, so you want to link with her. You think she that cute? Oh, she's that cute to you? All right. All right. So y'all, I'm like literally livid. I'm mad. And I just started crying, because I swear it would always be the same thing. I just would start crying because I just could not believe that Cash was just treating me this way. I used to be like, damn, what I be doing to niggas? Like, what do I do to make a nigga want to just treat me any kind of way? Like, am I too nice? Like, what is it? Like, I want to know. So I ended up falling asleep. The next morning, I'm irritated. I'm mad as hell. I get up, I brush my teeth, I go shower, and I'm mad. Cash is trying to talk to me, but I'm just like one word to him. And he already knew once I one word to him and I didn't say anything, or I wouldn't make no eye contact, I kind of just be like looking away, or I'll say like, I'll be rude. He knew that I went through that phone. So he was like, you went through my phone? So I told him, I ain't go through your phone. Like, just leave me alone. I didn't go through your phone. So he getting irritated, because that's one thing Cash would do. He would get irritated because I was irritated. How dare you? How dare you get irritated because I'm mad? Like, what type of shit is that? So he just like, I know you went through my phone. You got an attitude. You mad. What you see in there? What, you saw something in there? Like, yeah, I went through your phone. You know I went through your phone. But if I didn't go through your phone, you just told on yourself. Like, you literally just told on yourself. So I'm just like, oh, so you be talking to that bitch Legs? And he's like, man, on some money shit. And I'm like, bro, that's one thing, y'all. Cash would always make it seem like when he was talking to another female, it was because it was on some money shit. Like, all the time. Like, he really felt like he needed to pretend like he liked somebody to make them do some shit to get some type of money. But it's like, nigga, you really like this bitch. Just say you really like her. Like, it's cool, but just, nigga, leave me alone. Like, let me go live my life. Leave me alone and go do you. Like, it's not that hard. Like, y'all, I used to really just tell him, like, just leave me alone. You don't have to deal with me. You choose to deal with me. So we're just like kind of like going back and forth and stuff. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just trying to get money. So then he started doing that crazy shit I told y'all with his eyes and get to staring into space. Once he started doing that, everybody just pretty much be like, you know what? I don't even want to go there with you, because you about to take it to a whole nother level. And I ain't even trying to do that. And he used to be like, I'm a trip. You want me to trip? I'm about to trip. And I really feel like he would do them crazy ass little crazy tactics just because he knew. Like, he knew that would kind of either make somebody just be like, yeah, no, I'm good. Because it's like, who really wants to pick a fight with a psychotic person? Like, for real, for real. So I'm just like irritated. I'm mad. I'm just like, man, whatever. Like, I'm not even tripping. Like, I'm about to go. I'm about to turn up on this nigga and just move the fuck on. Like, either go back to my ex or move on and go find me another nigga, okay? So yeah, y'all, one day I'm just like, oh, I'm about to like try to like plan some makeup. Okay, y'all remember them little, it's like a CoverGirl, and it's like a long little eyeshadow palette. It'll have like gray, it'll have blue, it'll have some colors that you should not be putting on your eyes. And back then, it's like, I didn't know how to apply it. So y'all, I was putting it, oh my God. Oh, them pictures was bad. Like, y'all, when I first tried to learn how to do makeup, a mess, like really, really bad. So yeah, y'all, I had silver eyeshadow, I had blue, I had all that, all of my eyes looking foolish as hell. So y'all, I did my makeup one day and I thought I was looking like a snack. I threw that picture up on MySpace. I looked foolish. Oh, I looked foolish as hell when I... Y'all, when I think back on that picture, I was like, oh no. So a couple of days go by, we're good. I'm not seeing nothing in his phone of him talking to her. So I'm thinking like, okay, cool. Like, he stopped talking to her. Like, it's all good. Whatever. I don't see anything in there. I don't even see no text thread. Like, he deleted the whole text thread. So I'm like, okay. I don't see no calls, no nothing. It seemed like when things were going good, like, something would just happen. Like, something bad would happen. And that's just what it was, like, all the time. It never was just us on a good slate for a very long time. It would always be some BS, y'all, like, always. So, you know, the day is going good, everything going good. Nighttime come, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna run through his phone, because it was just routine. Like, I just had to. And I don't know why, because it's like 7 times out of 10, I would see something that I didn't like. So I don't know why, but it would always be females, y'all. Like, it would always be females, and he would always have an excuse as to why he said this, or why he did that, or why this, why that. It would always be something. And I feel like it was so easy to manipulate me. Like, he could manipulate me really, really easy back then. And I feel like that's why he would just be like, oh, you know, oh, she's trying to do this or she's trying to do that, or I don't know. Like, it would always be something, and I would fall for it like a fool. I don't know why, but I would just fall for it, like, just like a dummy each time. I want to say like a good month go by, we're good. I don't see nothing in Cash phone. Like, everything's cool, right? So I look in the nigga phone. I go through this motherfucking nigga's phone, and I see them back talking again. So they're having like a whole full-blown conversation. And, you know, she just asking like, how you been, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's not too much. Like, it's just them like just kind of like catching up or whatever. But I'm still feeling some type of way because it's like, you still talking to this bitch. Like, you still talking to this bitch. So, y'all, I'm mad as hell. When I tell you I'm so motherfucking mad, I'm hot. I didn't pretty much see anything else up in his phone, so I ended up turning it back off, putting the battery back, putting the phone back where it was at, and I'm just like on my phone. I'm on AIM, right? I'm typing something because I'm mad as fuck, so I'm typing probably a Trina song or something on here, and I put my little away message. Next thing you know, I get a message from the bitch legs, y'all. This fucking legs was bold. Like, she was bold. Like, I swear bitches be picking beef with me. I don't know why, but they will really just pick beef with me. Like, bitch, I don't really fight. Like, do not think that I'm never gonna fight. Like, I'm always going to fight. Like, it's not a problem at all. And the message said, tell your nigga I don't appreciate him flaking on me. We was supposed to link tonight. Y'all, when I tell you, I thought I was tripping. Like, I really thought my eyes was playing tricks on me, for real, for real. I'm like, hold on. Did this girl really just hit me up? Her AIM literally was her name, like legs 123 926 9 blah blah blah. So I knew it was her, and plus I knew her AIM, so I knew it was her. So I'm just like, no, this bitch didn't. Like, she was bold. Like, it really started off with tell your nigga. And I'm like, oh my God. So when I saw it, I had to really read it again, and I had to calm down, because once I see something I don't like, I completely get mad and I want to fight. Like, I want to fight. I don't want to talk. I don't talk. I don't want to talk. Like, I'm going to just take off on you. Like, I don't do no talking, like, at all. So I saw that, and I'm like, no, this bitch didn't. So I'm just like breathing hard, like, oh, this bitch got me fucked up. So I replied back, I'm like, bitch, you got me fucked up bad because my nigga didn't link with you. Bitch is right here asleep, right? So she was like, yeah, like I said, we was supposed to link. He's weird. Like, why he cat on me? That's a word in the Bay Area. So yeah, she's like, yeah, why he cat off on me? And woo. Like, she's getting into it with me. So y'all, I turned his phone back on because I'm like, oh, this got me fucked up. Like, girl, now I'm about to call you off his phone. So I turned his phone back on. I call her. What's so crazy is she answered after the first ring. So as soon as the phone rung, she answered. And I'm just like, bitch, so what was you saying? You were saying what? What's happening now? So y'all, I'm like going off on her. I'm cussing her out. She's like, yeah, I was supposed to kick it with your nigga. And woo. Like, she's like really just like really getting into it with me. And I'm just like, what did I do to you? I really wanted to know, what did I do to this girl to make her so mad? You're so mad about a nigga? Like, this all behind mine? My nigga? I'm trying to get the girl to pull up to come fight, because y'all, I'm mad. Because, girl, who are you talking to? And she's like, yeah, I seen them pictures you tried to put on MySpace with some makeup on. Like, you don't even know how to do your makeup right. And da-da-da-da-da. Like, y'all, she's talking big shit. Like, she's really just talking shit. And I'm just like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I'm talking shit, too, because it's like, girl, I don't care. I'm about to talk about your grandma, if anything. Never somebody is finna make me feel some type of way without me about to try to hurt them. We're, like, going back and forth, and she's just, like, talking shit about me. Like, yeah, bitch, that's why your nigga gonna get took, and da-da-da-da. That's about to be my man. So, yeah, like, say goodbye to him. Like, y'all, she really trying to get at me crazy as I don't know what. I'm mad as hell. I ended up waking him up, right? Because she ended up hanging up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even finna call back and argue back with her. So I wake him up. And I'm just like, Cash. And he wake up. He like, what? I'm like, so you were supposed to link up with that bitch legs tonight? You were supposed to link with her? He was like, man, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, that bitch legs just hit me up. I'm like, and this bitch telling me like, oh, tell your nigga I don't appreciate him flaking on me and woo. So he like, what? What are you talking about? So he sit up, and I'm showing him the message. Like, I got the phone like this in his face. Like, yeah, this is what she said. So he like, what the fuck? He like, let me see. So he looking at it. He like, man, what the, man, that's some weird shit. Like, he's mad. He like, man, this shit, I don't like that shit. That shit weird. So he's getting mad and irritated. Gets his phone, put the battery, do all the shit that he did. He ended up calling her. He like, man, what the fuck is you doing? Like, why are you doing that shit? That's weird as hell. And like, they're like going back and forth. And then he like, man, both y'all bitches is weird. Both y'all bitches, what? Why am I weird? What did I do? Like, I was sitting here laying next to you and she hit me up. Like, how am I weird? I've done nothing. Like, I've done nothing. So they're like just like going back and forth, and he's just like, yeah, I ain't with neither one of y'all. I don't want to fuck neither one of y'all. I'm just like, nigga, what did I do? It was so crazy. It is late at night. It is late at night, y'all. Like, it's complete. I promise y'all, it was probably like maybe 1 in the morning. But the way the house was made, we was in the front of the house, so nobody else would hear. I don't know why nobody could hear us when we would be getting into it, but nobody really would hear us. So why this fool go outside and like still like cussing her out on the phone, like I ain't with neither one of y'all, and I'm just like, no, you're doing all this over a bitch you don't even know. Like, she don't even live in our city, bro. You're doing all this like for her, and she sell cat. Like, what? So I'm like, this gotta be a joke. Like, this gotta be a joke. So y'all, I'm mad as hell. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool, because I already knew if I would have started to get mad, I would have went and tried to look for one of Cash's yeah, because I had a thing for doing that, y'all. I had a thing for going to go get that and just like, yeah. Oh, I've been delivered. But yeah, so I'm just like, this got me messed up. So I'm hot, y'all. I'm like this. Like, once I start doing this, call the police, because it's probably gonna be a problem. So I'm just sitting there like, no, this nigga did. Like, he got me up. So he come back in the house. He like, y'all on some weird shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, you waking me up out my sleep for this shit. And woo. And y'all, like, while he's talking, I'm just like, man, Cash, it's good. It's all good. Like, nigga, fuck you. It's all good. I ain't even tripping. Like, nigga, it is what it is. Like, I'm just like, it's cool. In my head, it really came to me. Like, a light just shined on me. And I said, that bitch did exactly what the fuck. Like, she did exactly what she needed to do. She probably kept calling. He's not answering. She's keep trying to contact him and she can't get in contact with him. So what else do? You hit up his, so that way she can wake the nigga up out his sleep and he can call. Like, y'all, I said, oh, all right. I see exactly what this did. Like, y'all, and I'm sitting there like, this just played me. Like, she really played me like a damn video game. Like, she knew what she was doing. And that's when I was like, this bitch was a motherfucking mastermind. Like, she knew. So I'm like, this bitch must do this often. Because how? Like, y'all, I wouldn't even have thought of no shit like that. Like, for real. So Cash get mad. He's mad as hell. So he ended up just like laying down and going back to sleep. And I'm looking at him like, the fact that you about to sit there and go back to sleep, like, I'm not about to just try to attack you. Because, y'all, I would always attack him when he was asleep. Because it's just something about a nigga treating me any kind of way and then going to sleep and sleeping peacefully. Like, it's just, he used to sleep like this, y'all. And it's just something about a nigga sleeping like that for me. And it would just like, it would trigger me to where, I don't know, I would just attack him. But I'm just like looking at him, like side-eyeing him while he just went back to sleep. Like, y'all, he went back to sleep like nothing ever happened. So I'm just sitting up and I'm like, oh, I need me a cigarette. I need a cigarette. So I went up in his mama room. I grabbed a cigarette. I went up in the garage and I'm just sitting there smoking a cigarette like this. I'm smoking the hell out that motherfucker. Like, y'all, I'm hitting that cigarette so fucking hard. Like, I did not, I'll take that back. I didn't really, okay, dang, I can take that back too. Y'all, Cash used to stress me out to where I would smoke cigarettes. Like, he would stress me out so bad. I would never buy a pack. I would always just get a pack from get some from his mom, or if he had some, I'll take one from him. But other than that, I would never buy a pack, but I did. He used to stress me out to where at times, yeah, I really needed a cigarette. So I'm just in the garage smoking that cigarette, like rocking back and forth, like, this just played with me. This nigga just told me, like, he ain't messing with me or her. Like, as if this, like as if she been around just as long as me. I'm like, this is some crazy shit. So I'm mad as hell, y'all. Like, I'm so mad. Y'all cannot even begin to understand. Like, y'all do not understand. And at that point, I was just like, you know what? I'm done with this. Like, I'm not about to keep going through this at all. Like, this is dumb as hell. So, y'all, the next day, I'm mad as hell. I'm at work mad because I'm just like, this nigga really just be playing with me. Like, why can't it just be good? Like, every time it seemed like it would be good, it'd be like another shit just come out of nowhere. And I'd be like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong I ain't even doing nothing to deserve all this. So, yeah, I'm just, like, at work mad as hell. And I'm like, you know what? It's cool. I'm about to go link up with my ex. Because, y'all, I would really... Yeah, I would really be on some, like... I don't think that I was trying to play mind games with him. I would go link up with Ryan, y'all. And I would go link up with him because I would just feel like that was my safe space. Like, I was happy, and I don't know why. It was one of those things where you get something that you're not used to, and then you kind of like forget about what you know, like, yeah, like what you know. So it was like one of those situations, and every time me and Cash would like have a problem, I would always try to run back to Ryan. And I feel like it wasn't fair because I knew he still loved me, and of course I still loved him, but it was just like, I knew I wasn't done with Cash, and I would do that. So I'm like, you know what, it's cool. I'm about to plan me a nice little weekend, and I'm about to go with Ryan, because Ryan was always one call away, like all the time. Even if he had a situation going on, I swear he'll drop all that for me, like all the time. So I ended up hitting Ryan up, and I'm just like, hey, like, what you been up to? How you been? Blah, blah, blah. Niggas missing you. Like, y'all, I would say all the things, you know, that I would say to him. I really didn't have to say much. I could have just said, hey, I want to hang out. Can I come see you? And it would have been a yes. So yeah, I'm just like pretty much just talking to him, and I'm not telling him everything, because I didn't want to like put him all in my business like every time I went, and I didn't want him to think like, oh, you're just using me to come over whenever you and your nigga is feeling some type of way or whatever's going on with y'all. But we had planned to like link up that weekend, and I'm just like, you know what? I need to get away. I need to get on the bus, the BART, and just go somewhere and just like get my mind off of this, because y'all, Cash was so much. I finish out my work week, happy as I don't know what. We go pick up my check from his auntie. So yeah, we didn't have to pay because the husband ended up just giving a check. He was just like, no, I'm not finna charge y'all no money for your check to come here. And he ended up just giving Cash, just giving him my check. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like, we, you know, you always threaten to beat him up, and he's literally the good one. Like, he's the nice one. I get my money together, and I'm just like, okay, cool. I give Cash a little bit of money because I guess he would want money from taking me to work, and I didn't mind. So I give him like a little something, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to pocket the rest of my money. I'm going to have me a nice little fun little weekend with Ryan, and that's just what it is. So after all of that happened with Cash, like, y'all, it was just too much for me. It was too much for me to have to deal with that. So I'm just like, I need to get away from this. Like, I don't deserve to have to go through this. I'm too young to be going through this anyway. I call Ryan. We're talking on the phone and stuff. I get on the bus to BART. He ended up meeting me at the BART station. We ended up walking to his house, and we're just like talking and stuff. And it just felt so good, y'all, because he loved me so much. But I feel like, I don't know, he was just so... I don't know how to explain it, y'all. Like, he just was like, I want to say, I don't know. I really don't know how to explain like what it was with him, but it was just like, I feel like our relationship was just getting so boring. Like, we was just so boring. We didn't do anything, which is not too much of a problem, but it was just like, I don't know, it was just so boring. And I feel like he didn't fight for me. Like, he should have fought for me, but it's just crazy because I would always run back to him. But yeah, we're just like talking and stuff. We go in his room. Well, we get to his house. I say hi to everybody. We go in his room. We're just like chilling. We're talking, watching TV, or we're just like catching up. And we would just sit there and just like talk so much. And it's so crazy because it's like, I really be thinking like, dang, I really feel like that was probably like my soulmate. Like, that was like the love of my life. And I was young. Like, I was so young. But yeah, that's neither here or there. But yeah, so, and we would go to the movies, and then we would go to like get us some pastrami and like our little meal that we would get, y'all. Like, we would do stuff like that. And that was stuff that we used to do. And I feel like in the beginning of our relationship, we used to do a lot of stuff, and then we kind of like stopped doing stuff. So yeah, we went to go do that. And I just like had this fun weekend with Ryan, y'all. Like, it was so fun. Even though majority of the time we sat in the house, but it was still just fun. Like, I didn't have to think about Cash. And yes, Cash was trying to call, but I was not answering it. Like, I just didn't want to be bothered with him, y'all. Like, I just really did not want to be bothered. But of course, the weekend ended, and I went right back to Cash. Like, I went right back, y'all. I went right back. I didn't want him to touch me, and I wasn't really like trying to do anything with him. So we didn't do anything for a long time because I was so disgusted with him. Like, I was simply just disgusted with that man. After this situation, right, that's when I want to say we had broke up. And then when we broke up, I was trying to like ease my way back over. He was kind of like having me come back over. And then that's when I went through his phone, and I saw that he was talking to Legs again, y'all. He was talking to Legs again. Y'all remember in the story time about when I told y'all I headbutted him. And that's when I saw him telling her that he really wanted to be with her. So that's when I headbutted him because I was triggered. I couldn't take it. I spazzed out. I was tripping. I ain't even gonna lie. I headbutted the hell out of him. Like, I remember just sitting there looking at him like, nigga, you lucky I only did it once. I wanted to do it like 5 times. So, and then that was another thing. Cash used to get me out my character. Why am I headbutting anybody? I feel like you gotta be crazy to even headbutt somebody, because why are you inflicting pain on yourself too? Like, why? So after that, y'all, Cash didn't want to mess with me. Blase, 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 whatever. I go through his phone again. Like, y'all, this just wouldn't go away. This bitch was like a damn roach. Like, she just would not go away. Like, she just kept coming back for more and more and more. And I'm just like, girl, what is it? Like, why are you? It's not this deep. And you know what it is? What I feel like deep down inside is she felt like she looked better than me. So y'all know how should be feeling when they feel like they look better than you. They can take your nigga, or they feel like they first in line because they look better. I really feel like that's what it was with her. Like, she felt like she looked better than me, so she could take my man, and she couldn't take my man from me. So she probably felt like, damn, like, this is a challenge. I really got to take this girl's man, so that way I could feel like, you know, I won. Because y'all know females love to feel like they won at something. So I really feel like that's what it was, because she really didn't have no reason to be, like, getting at me crazy as hell. Like, girl, if you're going to fuck my nigga in peace. Leave me alone. I'm at home sleep. Like, I'm not even doing anything. Like, why are you involving me? I ain't even did nothing. That's pretty much how I felt about it, because I'm just like, it's not making no sense as to why this girl just keep on bothering me. Like, girl, but you don't want to link up to fight. That's what would make me mad, y'all. I didn't do no talking. I would be like, okay, so do you want the address? Where do you want this to go down at? I'm always ready for a rumble. Like, stop playing with me. But yeah, she would never want to link up. She would always laugh at that part when I was like, yeah, so what's up? I don't think she really wanted him for real. I really don't think she wanted that for real. Because the niggas that she would be posting, I'll be like, hold on now, he's cute. He looks good. Let's do a swap. What I forgot to mention is, when I went through his phone and I saw that he was talking to her and telling her that he really want to be with her, and he don't really love me, and she really who he want to be with, and I headbutted him, it was also a picture of them in his phone. Y'all, when I say her name is Legs, she was way taller than him. So I was like, this got to be a joke. Like, she had on heels, yeah, but it was just like, it just looked like something from out of the circus or something. Like, he was small. Like, Cash is probably like, if I'm 5'2", Cash is probably like 5'7", maybe 5'7". Yeah, Cash probably like 5'7", 5'5". I don't know. He's taller than me. That's all I know. So he wasn't that tall. But her, compared to her, y'all, they look like something like out of the circus. Like, I promise y'all, like, they looked crazy as hell. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And they're just like sitting there hugged up. Like, he like kind of like trying to stand behind her, but he more so on the side, because it looked weird if you try to stand behind her because you wouldn't see her. So he like y'all, I feel like I wasn't even mad at that. What I was more so mad at was him telling her that he really want to be with her and he don't love me. Like, y'all, that right there triggered me bad. So that's when I did what I did. And then, yeah, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this nigga. I don't have time for it. I don't want it no more. Like, it is what it is. Like, let's just be done with it. I was living with my best friend, so I'm back and forth at my best friend's house, and Cash is trying to like win me back, y'all. He's trying to like do all type of stuff to really just win me back, right? So one day he's just like, oh, like, I want to come pick you up. Like, I want you to come over. So I'm like, okay, whatever. He come pick me up, right? So in his car, I see like this little gift basket, and it was like a whole bunch of little stuff, like boxers, socks, cologne, little stuff like that. And I'm just like, where you get this from? Like, Nick, you ain't bought this from nowhere. So where did you get this from? So I'm like, where you get that from? Because I noticed it, y'all. Like, as soon as I got in the car, I don't know why, I just looked and I noticed it. And I'm like, yeah, where you get that from? He like, oh, I had bought it from somebody that was boosting. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I didn't put no thought into it. Like, y'all, I didn't even trip off of it. I was just like, whatever. So we ended up getting to his house, and he was just like, I want you to come back home. I want you to come back home. It's been too long. Like, move back in. We can get all your stuff tomorrow, but I want you to come back home. I miss you. Blase, blase, blase. So I fell for it, y'all. I fell for it. Like, once a nigga, I'm not even gonna put that out there. But anyways, I fell for it. I was young. I was dumb. I thought I was in love. Well, I knew I was in love, but I was in love. So I'm just like, Cash, I don't know. Like, it's so much that's been going on. We ain't even been living here long, and it's just so much that's already been going on. So Like, some shit got to be set in place. Like, we got to have some type of, you know, boundaries set, because I can't keep going through this with you and it's the same thing. So he was just like, I know, like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just so much stuff I want to do. Like, I want to marry you and blah, 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 blah. Like, it was just crazy, y'all. Like, Cash was just like, we gonna move and we're gonna move to, and it was like this city that he wanted to move in. And he was just like, yeah, we gonna move there, get our own place and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I fell for it, y'all, and I moved right back in. The very next day, we went and got all my bags, because all I had was bags. Took them back to the crib. I didn't move back in. So remember how I told y'all that the little gift basket, right? So I'm going through his phone. I'm probably home for probably like a good 2 weeks. I'm going through his phone, because I don't want to say that I went through his phone all the time. When it felt like time, like, it really would be like, I have like this mental thing, like, okay, should I go through his phone? And it'd be like, no, don't go through his phone. Everything going good. It probably ain't nothing in there. Like, don't trip. Like, when I question him and I ask him, like, hey, are you talking to bitches? Are you doing anything? You know, sometimes he'll be truthful. He just like, no, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not worried about nothing like that. I'm just trying to get my money up, blah, 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 blah. And at this time, he was working. I feel like when he was a street pharmacist, he'll be trying to find like different little hustles, and that's when he'll do too much. But when he was working, it's like I wouldn't have to go through nothing. So yeah, remember when I told y'all about the gift basket, right? So I'm going through his phone. It's about 2 weeks. I've been home for 2 weeks. I decided, I'm gonna just go through his phone, just to make it easier for me to sleep at night. So I go through his phone. I see the name. I already knew who this was, because I knew of her. It was like this young girl from his hood. I already pretty much knew of the girl. So I'm just like, I know you ain't talking to this ugly ass bitch. Like, I know you're not talking to this girl. Mind you, she young. Like, she's not like, oh, but it wasn't like, I will say the messages wasn't like, oh no, like, oh yeah, I want to fuck with you type shit. Like, nothing like that. It was like really about some money. Like, it was about money. But I'm just like, you made it seem like you bought that. You didn't buy that gift basket. She gave you that gift basket. She hit him up and was just like, oh, like, I got some stuff if you want it, and woo woo woo. It's like some boxes, some socks, some cologne, like stuff like that, like some hygiene stuff and woo. But if you want it, like, I got it for you. Like, just, it's a gift, like, all for free. So it's the fact that you lied about it. Like, you really sat up there and lied about this. So y'all, I felt some type of way, because I'm like, bruh, I know you wouldn't be messing with this little ass girl. Like, I just know that you're not messing with this little ass girl. So I'm mad as hell. Like, I'm so mad. And he saw me like spazzing out and like tripping. So I feel like what Cash would do when he knew that I was mad about something, he'll try to like give me money or buy me a whole bunch of stuff. Next day, I was just like, you know what? Let me go back to my best friend's house, because I got peace up over there. We could smoke, we could chill, we could talk. Like, we'll have like vent sessions, and it'll literally be my best friend, her 2 older sisters, and we'll be just like smoking up in the closet. Her mama would be downstairs and be like, what's that smell? Girl, you know what that smell is. You know what that smell is, girl. Like, like, y'all, that used to be funny as hell. I feel like she just really probably, I don't know. It's so funny because, yeah, her, it's just funny because, y'all, they uncle would try to, like, get us in trouble. So, like, if she didn't smell it or she didn't notice it, the uncle would be like, you smell that? What's that smell? You smell that? Like, he would try to like get us in trouble. That shit used to be funny as hell, but she would never come upstairs or never even trip. And then in the closet, they had like a window. So we would just like open the window and we'd spray. So yeah, so we in there just like smoking and stuff. Cash was blowing on my phone. I ended up answering, and he was just like, oh, like, what time do you want to come home? I'm like, pick me up at such and such, right? So the day go by, we blowing it down, like, y'all, we up in there tripping, watching YouTube, like, y'all, we used to really watch YouTube and be cracking up. So, and this was our regular, like, this is what we did. This was literally the regular stuff that we did. Smoke in the closet, watch YouTube, eat snacks, talk, laugh, all that. So the time comes for Cash to come pick me up. He like, all right, like, I'm outside. They had like this long little driveway. So I'm walking down to the driveway. I get in the car. I look in the back seat and I just see like gift bags, y'all. Cash went and bought me hella, like, when I tell you that man went and bought me so much stuff, I was just like, oh, he's trying to make me feel good. Like, he would do that, y'all. Like, if he wouldn't go buy me a whole bunch of stuff, he'll probably give me like a stack of money and be like, oh, like, go shopping. Or when we used to be on that scamming stuff allegedly, and he'll give me some stuff to go get some stuff with, allegedly. And yeah, y'all, like, yeah, because y'all, me and Cash used, I've had many lives. That's what I will say. I've had really many lives. But yeah, like we was that's just pretty much how that went. So like balloons and shit, like it felt like it was my birthday. Like Cash really went all out and bought me like a whole bunch of stuff. And y'all, I just thought everything was good. Like from there, I went home. I'm happy as hell. I get in the house. I'm happy. I'm like, oh my God, like my man just really bought me all this stuff. I'm literally just, I'm forgetting about everything. I'm forgetting about all the little, just because y'all was always a noob. And I'm just like, dang, like, he really loved me. I'm really thinking that gifts and a man telling me they love me was like love. Like that's really what I thought. And I hate that I was so foolish, because that is not love at all. Like that's manipulation, most definitely. But in low-key bribery, like ain't that being bribed? That do sound like a bribe. But anyways, so yeah, y'all, that was that. When I thought that the young bitch was, when I thought that was over with, oh no, that was just beginning. That was just beginning. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was just beginning. But y'all, I'm gonna have to stop it right here, because I feel like I've been talking too much and I'm getting tired, and I want to edit and put this out for y'all today. So yeah, the lesson that I learned back then is, I don't know, y'all, when it came down to Cash, I just felt like when somebody show you who they are, just believe them. That's it. That's all I can tell you, like when it comes down to stuff like that. And a man that's willing to buy you gifts to try to make you forget about the that he be doing is a run. That's a red flag. And I know sometimes we be waiting to see if the red flag gonna turn green, or if the red flag gonna turn to a rainbow. No, it's never. It's always a red flag for a reason, because I feel like that be God like, you saw that. Like I really be feeling like it be signs like from the high above to just kind of let you know, like, hey, you see that, right? And I feel like it's part of knowing your worth too. I feel like I didn't know my worth when I was young. I didn't set boundaries. I never set boundaries. Like that's my problem. And if I did set boundaries, oh, we all ran over them, because I didn't even like set my boundaries in place and stand on them. Like no, I would literally probably run or walk over them. My light just died. But yeah, when I think back on that and I was younger, like the one thing I will say to younger girls is don't go through that. Like it is not, it's nothing to glorify. It's nothing to want to go through. Like as soon as a man show you who they are, run. As soon as you start seeing red flags, run. Do that prayer. Do that remove prayer. Once you do that remove prayer, I promise you that works. Every time I do the remove prayer, God be like, oh, okay, bet. And get the person and throw them out my damn life. So just do the remove prayer, for real. But I feel like, yeah, if you're young and you're going through anything like that, run. It is not worth it at all, because I done been in some situations where it's just like, oh, I'm happy to be free, okay? But yeah, y'all, I am done talking. That is the ending of this story time, y'all. I feel like the On the Run series is gonna keep going. Like, y'all, this is probably gonna be like a series that just keep going, because the Cash era lasted a very long time. Yeah. But yeah, y'all, that is the ending of this story time. I love y'all so much and I appreciate the love. All right, y'all. Bye.